Hey everybody, it's me. Man, I was feeling so good earlier today. I had to go to the bank this morning, and one of the songs I love came on the radio, and I was just feeling so good, like really good. Like, I don't even know how to explain it. It was just like, oh, excuse me, my little buddies just showed up. They're not doing nothing, buddy. I'm just recording the video, and you're interrupting with all the sniffies. You can stay in here. You gotta be quiet, okay? I love you too. I love you too. So anyway, the last couple of months have been okay. So I kind of knew that like the money that I saved was running out soon, so I was trying to think of ways that I could make money so that I can keep, my business venture continuing and pay for the bills and stuff. And then so I tried Fiverr, and they're like really suspect with like all the spam and all the, what do you call them? The people that try to trick you into doing stuff and they ain't even really on there for now. Like this one dude contacted me and he was like, I need you to go on Amazon and buy my product and then give it a 5-star review, right? And then I'll pay you after you do it. And I was like, what? Like, I signed up for Fiverr because I was gonna do the same thing that I was doing in my career before I quit my job, like administrative work, typing, data entry, phone calls, organization and stuff like that. Not to, like, the person didn't say, and I could have inquired more, but I was just like, this is not why I'm on Fiverr. I'm not on here to give you a 5-star review on a product that I have to purchase and you might reimburse me. I was like, nah, bruh, this sounds suspect. So anyway, a majority of the people that contact me on Fiverr are people who, man, they be wanting you to do crazy stuff that ain't really what you advertise in. And the other reason I thought it'd be good to do Fiverr is because I'm like, I can pick and choose what I do. I don't have to be like somebody's slave and just do everything they tell me to do, like my old job. I could be like, no, I'm not comfortable doing that. And so that was what I did like about it. For example, I mean, this might work for other people, but for me, it just was a no. And don't get me wrong, like I did get a job with someone who worked for a nonprofit, and if I can get more jobs like that, like I'd be so happy, but it just wasn't forthcoming, every single week with new jobs. And I'm not really advertising either, so I'm not trying to make it like my main thing. I just wanted it to be side money that was coming in regularly. So anyway, this lady contacted me this one time, and just the way she approached me, she was like, man, I'm gonna have to pull it up because I don't even think that I'll give it justice the way that it was said to me for you to understand why I was like, I don't think this is gonna work. All right, so the lady said that she was writing a book. She said, hello, I'm currently seeking the assistance of an extremely talented ghostwriter or book editor, which I've edited books before. And so, you know, I put myself out there as a book editor as well. And like I said, I got into it thinking, you know, I have the freedom to say, yes, I'll do this project, or no, this doesn't seem like it's a good match for me. And that made me happy to be able to say, yes, I would love to work with you, or no, I don't think this is a good fit. So anyway, 440. I am currently seeking the assistance of an extremely talented ghostwriter book editor to help me complete my project. I'm currently working on an erotic sex book. and need someone to add their black girl magic to make my story a more exciting page turner. Please advise if you can help improve my story and make my 70,000 words with 300 plus pages a bestseller. Alright, so I didn't have a problem with that. Like, I would do an erotic sex book and I would help her. I didn't like the black girl magic part. But anyway, then I was like, hello Arlene, thanks for contacting me. I'm interested in finding out more. When would you like to have it completed? So she was like, just to let you know, my book is a draft that is 90% done. I just need a professional to make it 100% bestseller. So I just recently submitted my draft for copyright and awaiting the process to be completed. What I would like is to send you one chapter to review and add your magic. I would like to see a small sample of what you can do before we continue. Now pause right there. I kind of was like, what does she mean by magic? Like, alright, this is the black woman's picture, and that's fine if you want, you know, another African American woman to help you with your project. But I don't know what you mean by magic. Like, in a professional stance, what does that mean? What do you need me to do? Either I'm going to edit or not. And it started to lead more to me towards, you wanted me to finish writing the book, or it's more than proofreading. And it's more than editing. It sounds like you want me to do rewrites. And that's different. So then it says, I just need you to make sure that you can relate to my story before we get started and go any further. And I'm like, okay, I understand that. You want me to be on the same page as you so that it flows. I need a US-based sister that can understand my pain. So then I was like, pain? I thought this was an erotic sex book. Why is there any pain in it? And then she said, also, I would need you to know your total cost for assisting me for 70,000 word project. Please advise. And I'm like, okay. I'm a bit confused. You described the book as an erotic sex book, but then you mentioned understanding your pain. I don't want to waste your time. I need some clarification on what the subject of the book is. Thanks. And she was like, bad relationship pain. And that's all she said. And I'm like, I understand. So then she was like, what will be your cost for 1.3 thousand words? And I was like, what would you like the sample to be? Like, how long? And then I guess we said that at the same time. So then my answer was $10 for the sample with 1,300 words. And then she says, it is not a matter of how long, just a matter of the right words with the right flow. And 70,000, how much would that cost? And I said, $500. And she was like, that sounds great. Let me shop around and I'll keep you posted. So it wasn't like I turned her down, but it was like, what are you really asking me to do? Because if you just want someone to edit and make sure you don't have any typos, that's one thing. But if you want me to like rewrite your book or finish writing your book, or, you know, redo paragraphs and sentences so they make sense, that's something totally different. And erotic sex book and relationship pain, to me, is two different categories. I don't know about you, but I was just like very confused. It sounded like she was confused as well what she wanted. But she never contacted me back. I was nice and everything. But so Yeah, there's like a lot of people that contact me on Fiverr, and they just don't really want someone to be a virtual assistant, or they don't really want someone to they want somebody to do like a little quick, possibly unethical type of jobs, and that's just not me. And so when I get those type, like, they kind of, in Fiverr, they will like block things that they think is spammy, or they think is like somebody just trying to get your information. Like, a lot of the times when I signed up and finally started getting people like regularly contacting me, they was trying to get my personal information, or they was trying to get me off the platform. And I know that that's a no-no. Like, that is not what you're supposed to do. Like, you're supposed to be able to keep your identity and everything private, your emails and your phone numbers. Like, they was trying to get all my information, my address, where you live, and what state. And there's also a lot of people on there who are like in another country trying to do stuff here. And this is true with Upwork, really a lot more, because they pay people way less for jobs that I feel should be way more. Like, people are making apps and stuff for $10, and you should get paid way more than that. But anyway, like, when I was on Upwork, there was a lot of I'm in another country and I need to use your address type of deal. And I'm like, no, you ain't. I'm just not about to use my address. So my experience with Fiverr, it just wasn't what I had hoped for. And when I look at the other people who seem like they're very successful, and I look at their profiles, I'm like, there's so many typos in like their description of what they're offering and stuff. And I'm like, how can you even put yourself out there like that? I don't know. I'm a Virgo, so I'm a little bit of a tiny bit of a perfectionist. I feel like if you're going to put yourself out there, then it should be, you know, you should check your own work. It shouldn't be all jacked up. If you offering to make sure somebody else's stuff ain't jacked up, then your stuff should be jacked up. But that's just me. So I would say that I wouldn't really mess with Fiverr like that. Like, seriously, I stopped working to start my own business, and that was like one of my feelers that I put out there for side money, just to have some income coming in, because I'm already trained in that field. But I just don't. I mean, I definitely feel like Fiverr is better than Upwork as far as how much you get paid for your actual work. But I don't think that it's worth it for me to keep going further. Like, if somebody contacts me, I'd rather just run my own business. So anyway, sorry, I'm out of allergy medicine and it's bad. So I was thinking about doing like some evening videos where I just come up here at night and just chit chat with you. But I do want to share like what my experiences have been in business and working from home more often. And like I said, today has been like a really good day. I feel like I finally, okay, so I said a couple months ago it had been really difficult because I felt like rushed or urgency to be able to bring money in, because the money that I had saved is starting to dwindle. But I trust the universe. I trust that what I was trying to do is gonna happen, and I know it takes time. I knew that before I started, and so now I'm kind of like in a whole different mind frame. Like, I'm really excited. I know that I'm getting close, and I have support of the people that care about me, so it's not as I'm not as focused on, I feel like my attention had moved over to, I need to make money right now instead of focusing more on the business. So now I kind of redirected and I'm more focused on the business and doubling down on that instead of stepping away. Because mind you, I was even doing DoorDash, and you know, I average about $10 an hour for DoorDash, but of course you gotta pay gas and all that, so that goes down your mileage. But you know, it's still money right away in your pocket, and the bills come in, you know what I'm saying, they come in every single month at the same time. So gotta do what you gotta do, and I'm okay with that. I'm okay with juggling, but I still don't like having to step away from the business to get money real fast when I feel like the business should be bringing in the money. And I know the business is going to bring in way more money than I've ever made before, so I'm excited about that. So now I'm at this point where I'm just like, I'm doubling down on the business, and like I feel like I'm so super close to like that hump that I've been trying to get over for the last year. Like I'm past my year mark of not working, and I just talked to one of my friends that I was friends with before I started working at that place, and she still works there, and things, she said, are still the same, still miserable, still waiting for things to get better. And I was just tired of that. I was tired of waiting for someone to fix my life. Ayanla, I don't know. Y'all know her name. Nobody's gonna fix your life for you. You gotta fix it for yourself. And you know, this has been an emotional journey because you really have to boost your own confidence. You have to figure out stuff about yourself. And I found that, you know, the person that I was when I was a kid, you know, just the natural me where I didn't have all these responsibilities and feeling like I needed to take care of everybody else, kind of overshadowed who I was as a person. And now that I'm pulling back those layers and finding out like what the core person me is underneath, I feel really good. I feel great, and I feel like I made the right decision, because deep down I always felt like I was destined to do this. I always felt like there was more out there for me and that I was capable of more. Like, I always felt like I wanted to have my own businesses, and I still do. Like, that's never left me. And now that I'm in my 40s, I'm like, how long are you gonna wait? Are you gonna wait till you're 70 and you can't even really do it? No way. So now is the time. And I feel like now is the time for a lot of people. And if you're one of those people, go for it. I could say don't be scared, but it's scary. It is scary to put faith in your own self and your abilities. The biggest lesson that I learned in this whole experience is balance. I had to learn how to balance taking care of myself like I take care of others all the time, and to not treat myself like the redheaded stepchild, because I'm important. And I mean, that was like the driving point of leaving the job, is that I felt like I was giving everything to everyone else and nothing to myself. And I don't want to do that anymore. I deserve to be taken care of. I deserve to be loved and looked after by me. So I'm going to do more videos. I'm going to keep updating you. And I just want you to know that if you're going through this, like if you left your job and it's really hard or it's difficult, you're not alone. Like, no one said it was going to be easy. I knew it wasn't going to be easy. It is scary. Like, let's be honest. But let's also be honest that the definition of bravery is doing something even though you're afraid. So, I'm brave. You're brave. And you know, you should just hold on to that. Bravery, like, everyone is not brave. Like, when I left the job, like, I can see in the eyes of people that they wish that they could do it too, but they're just not brave enough. They're too afraid, or they just don't. They're afraid of the unknown. And for me, I was afraid of the unknown as well. And sometimes I get afraid of the unknown still to this day. But nothing could be worse than how I was feeling, you know, those months and weeks leading up to when I left that job. And now I feel freaking amazing. And I'm so glad that I made that choice. Even though I haven't, like, pulled in all the fruits of my labor, I know that it's coming, because just think about it. Like, if you keep taking steps towards your destination, eventually you're going to get there. And so if I can offer you anything, I'm going to offer you positive words and just an example of a person who decided that, you know, I can do better, and I want you to see how it turns out. Maybe that'll give you more motivation, or maybe that'll give you a little bit more of a confidence boost to get through your journey. But don't give up. I don't know how much was cut off earlier about Fiverr, but I just wanted to say that I felt that it was more important for me to focus more on my business and not be distracted with, you know, thinking about the money that needs to come in. The universe provided everything that I needed, and I just needed to trust. And that's what I'm going to continue to do. So if you guys like this video, I mean, please just give it a thumbs up so other people can see it too, and subscribe to the channel. I'm going to be doing more videos like this. And I'll change up the format too. Like, I'm going to do some videos on things that'll help out entrepreneurs, that'll make their businesses run smoother, and little tips that I've learned since I've started so many years ago. And I hope you guys have a great day, and I love you guys, and I'll talk to you soon.